Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. So I am here to do a random get ready with me video, I guess. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet exactly for look wise, so I thought I'd just do a talk through with you guys because skipping out on talking. Yeah, it's just been a minute since I did a talk through video, so I thought I'd do one. Alright, first things first, make sure your hands are clean. I'm gonna sanitize my hands with some Bath & Body Works sanitizer. Once your hands are all clean, we're gonna do our skin first. So I'm gonna take my Lightful C by MAC, and it is gonna prep my skin for any skincare. It just feels like a great burst of fresh moisture. Now I'm gonna use my eye cream. This is the Eye Duty Triple Remedy by First Aid Beauty. And we're just gonna apply the eye cream under our eyes with our ring finger per usual. So how's everyone doing? I've just been so busy with watching Illy and just helping out at the restaurant and honestly just enjoying family time. This has been an amazing feeling recently. It took me a while to get used to not having to go to a 9-to-5 job. It just feels weird, but at the same time I'm really grateful to have the opportunity to do this where my husband owns a restaurant and that I can just help out when he needs me. It just feels good to be home with my family. It feels awesome. It's been years. I want to say since Illy was born. At 6 months is when I went to find a job, and then I got hired, and ever since then I never looked back, and I just been full-time ever since, and I just been work, and I never really get to be with my child. It was hard for sure for both of us. Right now I'm just moisturizing, so I'm gonna do my Estee Lauder SPF 50 with my Estee Lauder Revitalizing Supreme Moisture. I'm also gonna pump a little bit of my MAC Strobe Cream. This is the old packaging because I still have it. I'm just gonna blend it all so it's all meshed together well. But yeah, it's just been really something I have to adjust to. Lately I've been not sleeping that well. I can't fall asleep, and I've only cut down to 1 coffee a day now to only morning, afternoon. I used to drink 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day, and I slept fine. But I'm having a hard time sleeping. I don't know why. I just lie in bed and I'm just wide awake. So usually I wait about 5 minutes for my moisturizer and whatnot skincare to absorb. And then while that absorbs, I apply my eyebrows. And I am trying to finish up this Benefit Goof Proof brow pencil, and this is in shade 5. It's a little bit too warm for me because my hair is completely dark and cool toned after dyeing it. So I usually apply this brow, and then I apply a darker shade on top, like a darker shade eyeshadow. I have been vlogging a little bit more now since I get to enjoy my time with Illy a lot more, and Jules. We get to actually be together, which is amazing. I can actually wake up and see him and go to bed and see him, versus before when I worked full-time. I didn't get to see my husband or my little girl to go to bed. I eat dinner by myself, middle of the night when I get home. It's late already when I close so much. It just feels amazing that I have the luxury of being with my family, and I'm really appreciative for sure. So I'm just combing to blend the color into my brow better. This is what I always do now for my brows. I gotta admit, I do miss doing makeup for sure. I still freelance. If I have any gigs, I do them still. That's always nice to have as a side. Alright, once I have the color on, I take a darker shade. And I've been using this color by Makeup Forever, but it's like a deep blue. It's like a dark blue color. I don't know what it's called. I think it's number 5 because it doesn't have really much any description on the back of it. And I just take an angle brush, apply it to the middle part, to the tail end of my brow. Because I want the beginning to still be sparse per usual. See how it instantly looks darker already compared to this one? I am going to comb through with another brow brush just so the color won't be so blocky. So have you guys been watching Orange is the New Black, the new season? I just recently started watching with my husband, this season I mean. We haven't finished. We've been watching it every night because we just finished watching The Flash, and I binged watching The Arrow. Now I just feel like, what do I do now? What do I watch? And we realized that we have not watched the new season of Orange is the New Black yet, so we thought we caught up on that. So I'm just priming my eyes now. This is the Shadow Insurance by Too Faced. using my finger. So you would apply this everywhere that you are going to apply eyeshadow. Wherever you are applying any beauty products, you should prime. That includes the face. If you're planning to wear face makeup, you should definitely prime. It just prolongs the wear. Different ones do different things, whether it be pore refining, moisturizing, whatever it is you might need. It's just always more useful to prime the face. And I always recommend doing skincare before anything, because you want to protect that skin, and by doing skincare, that will do it. So I'm just gonna try to use this. It's like a mixture of shadows in here. This is the old Urban Decay shadow box that I had. Try to use some of those colors. I like to personally do a base color first. I'm just gonna use a plain plain foundation powder. This is the MAC Studio Fix powder in NC25. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and I'm gonna apply it to brow to lid. It's just to help neutralize and also to help set that primer in place, so you don't have to worry about it skipping when you apply your transition shades and whatnot. Now I'm gonna take my transition shade. Usually at this point you want to use a fluffier brush like this one. This is the MAC 224 brush. Super popular. I personally like my transition shade to be matte, so I'm gonna choose a matte shade first. When I don't know what look I'm going for exactly, it takes me longer, like I mentioned before in my video, so I'm trying to just figure out what I want to do. Let's do this. This is the MAC Espresso shadow. It's like a matte brown. With this and my fluffy brush, starting from the outer corner like I usually do, and fluff lightly. It doesn't have to be perfect because you are gonna go back with another color anyway. I want to use a little bit of color today, so I think I'm gonna try to do a little bit of color. So once you have the desired darkness, you can move on to your next color. Notice I'm fluffing a little bit higher than my crease, just so the transition will be a little bit softer. All right, now we're gonna take our Urban Decay colors, this purpley shade, which is called Mayhem, and I'm gonna apply this to my lid because I feel like it. You know, for someone who loves purple, I haven't really done a lot of purple looks lately. I forget how smooth this eyeshadow is. These eyeshadows from Urban Decay are actually really smooth and not a lot of fallout. So did you guys see the post from Kat Von D about NARS, that how NARS is gonna start testing on animals? I mean, I haven't really been like crazy about cruelty-free makeup only, but I'm recently starting to kinda. So I don't think I'll be purchasing more NARS anytime soon until they change that rule, just cause I'm just gonna try to use up whatever I have already of theirs before they started doing the whole testing on animals. But that post was very graphic and I just felt so bad seeing all those rabbits and bunnies that they killed, basically, in other words, just for some cosmetic. I mean, for someone like Kat Von D who, I mean, I like Kat Von D and all, but for someone who just recently also started to be cruelty free too and wasn't from the get-go, I mean, it's better late than never. That's what I always say. I've been binge watching a lot of Wally TV because I'm trying to catch up on all their episodes because I have been so behind. And I think it's because of watching them that made me really appreciate more of animals. And my dog Gizmo, I really appreciate him more now and realize the love he shows us, me and Jules and Illy. Anyways, sorry, as I was saying, I'm gonna use this color in Rule by MAC. It's like an orangey color, also matte, because this palette of Urban Decay has no matte colors, so besides one which is like a deep navy. I'm gonna put this underneath on the lower lash line. But yeah, I just feel so bad seeing that and it made me sad. It made me want to like adopt another dog. There's so many dogs out there that needs help, like needs a home, needs love, just wants love. So now that we have my colors, I'm gonna add a little bit of a deeper crease color just so it balances out the colors. I have like the bright purple and the orange, the Rule. By doing so, it just gives it more of a cohesive look. And by doing that, I'm gonna take Mystery by MAC as well. Take a good amount of this one. I'm just gonna plop it right in between Mayhem and Espresso. And since my eye shape is a little bit more almond, I'm just gonna keep it halfway and not go all the way in. Or else I'm gonna look very closed eye, as in like my eyes look really small, or as is already. It's gonna make it look smaller. So by keeping on the corners here, it just makes it look more bigger, illusionally. And this is the brush in, what is this? 217, yes, by MAC. Sorry, I forgot to mention. The other one I use for my lower lash line with the orange rule is Morphe M210. And the one I use for the Mayhem purple, I use MAC's 213. I always forget to tell you guys what brushes and tools I'm using, but I always make sure I list them below in the info bar so you guys don't get lost. But I think people are just too lazy to read, so they never know what I'm using. Just read the box, guys. It's not that hard. Come on. Once I have the placement of the color, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my 224. We're going to blend the heck out of that color. But yeah, my recent video, recent tutorial video of the Instagram glam, typical Instagram look, I didn't really talk in that one just because I didn't really feel like talking. And with tutorials, I don't tend to really want to talk or like tell you what's going on exactly, just because I feel like it takes heck long. But who am I to judge when I like to watch these type anyway, right? I mean, I could fit for both. Sometimes I just want to see the tutorial straight up, like from A to B, but sometimes I also like to hear people talk when they do the tutorials, which makes sense. Yeah, I just don't wear makeup anymore really for work. I just literally do my complexion, some skincare, call it a day. I used to wear color all the time, but now I just feel like after I hit Illy, I can't really wear that much color. I feel like a lot of people will stare. I mean, I don't mind staring, but sometimes I don't think Illy likes staring. I think she's like, why are they staring at us? But really, little does she know, they're staring at me and my crazy ass makeup. So just to prevent all that, I don't usually wear crazy colors like this, or colors in general really, when I'm with her. But if I'm not with her, then yeah, like today, she's with her grandparents, so it's okay for me to put a little bit more color than usual. We got our colors. All we gotta do is line our eyes. I'm gonna use this Inglot eyeliner gel, number 77. And I'm using this, what is this? MAC 266, the angle brush. What's funny is that I use this brush on clients, but not so much on myself for lining the eyes. I just use this angle brush for my lower lash line or eyebrows, to be honest. But let's see how it goes. It's funny because I haven't lined my eyes in so long. I usually don't line my eyes ever anymore. The other day when I did the Instagram glam, she was like, dang, your face is so beat right now. I haven't seen you wear so much makeup in so long. So funny. And I think it's because I was actually wearing eyeliner too. I wish I had those eye shapes where I don't need so much liner. It's just like, I gotta put on a thick liner for it to show a little bit of liner. Gotta work with what you got, right? Okay. Eyes are lined. Feels a little bit wonky just because it's kind of dry, the pot. Breakable liquid cleaners from Sephora. Nothing a little bit of a liquid cleaner can't fix. Yeah, I haven't done wings so long that I'm like rusty. This purple color reminds me of that Makeup Forever trio I did a while ago. The Pantone colors I did long time ago, I want to say. Complexion now. So our moisturizer has absorbed nicely. Go in with your primer. Just trying to use up this Porefessional primer from Benefit. I'm not a big fan of it. I feel like I said in many of my videos, that it just feels like too silicone-y for my taste. But at the same time, for the price of this little thing, it's not really that worth it, I feel like. I'm just trying to use it up, really. I know it's like a bestseller thing and everyone loves it, but if I had to, I would rather get the Cover FX, what is this? Mattifying primer, because that one is way better. I love that one. It's around the same price too, I think. I just love Cover FX, the line. It's really good. While the primer absorbs a little bit too, I'm gonna take my concealer brush. It's like a no brand concealer brush. I think it's a crown brush. Take a little bit of concealer, ever so lightly. This is the MAC NC25 Studio Fix Perfecting Stick. I'm gonna clean up my brows a little bit because they look kind of wonky on this side. Just near the tail. I think I went a little ham with the brow pencil earlier. You know what's funny is that I noticed that the clientele difference of Sephora and MAC. That's pretty funny because I feel like the Sephora clients are more snooty because they feel like, oh, I'm splurging on the prices of these items and I deserve more like groveling, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, besides that point, that clients their makeup is different. I have to tailor to the way they like it at Sephora, and the way at MAC is different, because I feel like the MAC clients or customers, they say, wants heavier duty makeup. Like they want that caked on face. That's what you think of when you hear MAC, but I feel like it's a new time now. I didn't think people still want that look. As for Sephora, they want more natural, want more organic. So it was definitely funny for me, because I'm like, are you sure you want it that heavy at MAC? Even though that's how they do it. But even though that's how they do it back in the day, they're trying to gravitate into the now and not have all like cake face all the time for everyone. But the clientele just don't grasp the idea of, you know, changing it up. They just still want that cake face. So I don't know, it's just funny, because I was thinking that when I was doing my brows right now, because that's how I would do my brows usually, like this, a little bit of concealer. But customers at MAC, they want that carved out square box eyebrow, like heavy concealer, so heavy where I'm just like, oh, it doesn't look that good no more. But if that's what you want, I can do it. It's just funny to me. Okay, so I'm using that same stick, by the way, as foundation. I've been love doing this because it's so lightweight and I don't need that much coverage, and it covers pretty darn good. You can do it like this. You could use it for contouring, highlighting, whatever. It's kind of meant for everything. People usually use it for concealer. I use it for everything. When I drew on my face like this, Ilya was like, "Mommy, why are you drawing your face? That's not how you usually do your makeup." Oh, so funny. I'm using the Real Technique brush. This is the buffing brush of Real Technique. Love this brush. So I'm making fried rice. Well, I'm going to make fried rice for dinner. I don't have overnight rice. They recommend you use overnight rice, but I made rice earlier this afternoon. I'm just letting it kind of cool off and get hardened. So that kind of works too. It just tastes better when it's overnight rice, but it's okay. It's not, I didn't put that much water, so it won't be super, you know, watery rice. It's to be kind of like the drier, more defined rice. I asked Illy to ask grandma to get an ingredient at Target. Hopefully they got it. I don't know if they went to Target or not. I'm so pale. I'm just not the type to tan. I got tan last year, like with self-tanner and stuff. Yeah, it was great and all, but it's just so tedious. And in the Asian culture, we want to look light. Not that I'm saying, you know, I want to look light all the time, but don't see the worth of it. Doing all that stuff for a little bit of a tan that lasts, I don't know, a little while. And I don't want to go and get a spray tan because I don't feel like I should pay for a tan when you just go to the beach. But yeah, I know, sun cancer, all that stuff, but come on. Nowadays I feel like everything has cancer in it. You just gotta do it smart and not obviously roast yourself in the sun. This is also a Real Technique brush. This is a smaller one, so it is the contour brush. You use it for contouring. I use it for mainly cream stuff, especially under the eye, more precise. I saw that they came out with new brushes, so I'm like, are they any good? But I have a lot of brushes already, so I should not get any. But I don't know, I'm just a brush hoarder. Just love brushes. Maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. We'll see. Just setting my face with that NC25 Studio Fix powder. While the short time I was at MAC, I learned a lot. I got to know more of the products because I didn't know that much about the products, to be honest. When I worked there, all I knew was like the Studio Fix powder and their blushes and eyeshadows and Fix Plus. But now I know more of the foundation lines because there's so much. There's so many to offer. Definitely learned a lot, and I have more options now for foundation from them. Yeah, if you don't want like heavy duty foundation from MAC, you can try the Studio Water Weight. That's one of my favorites. If you love the Pericone Serum Foundation, it's kind of similar to that because it's like a serum almost. It's really fine. So it has a dropper I mean. And you can use that to be your foundation instead. So I'm using my Ben Nye Micro Pro powder, HD powder. I just mixed it with Airspun just so it's not so white, because the Ben Nye by itself is hella white. So I'm just setting under eye and little areas first. And this brush is the Hakuhodo plus Sephora Pro. It's online only now, and it's on sale if you guys want it. It's really good. The brushes, they're kind of pricey. Even with the sale, it's kind of pricey still, but they're really good quality. If you guys don't know about Hakuhodo brushes, they're really, really good quality. They're from Japan, and you know anything from Japan is damn good. So I'm just setting The center of my face is where I get oily usually, that's why. And this helps diminish the shine. Now that we're all powdered the crap out of our face, we can apply some cheeks. So I'm gonna take this, what is this? Breath of Plum from MAC. Looks like that. Plummy shade. Taking this number 150 from MAC as well. But yeah, as I was saying, if you guys want lighter coverage, not lighter coverage, but lighter feel on the face, but decent coverage, that'll be the water weight. If you want full-on coverage, go with, personally I like the Studio Nourishing Waterproof, the Pro Nourishing Waterproof one versus the Pro Longwear Foundation. A lot of people love the Pro Longwear concealer. That one's really good. I highly recommend. But as for foundation wise, go with the Nourishing one. It looks like a small tube, but it's because they want you to use it wisely, like just in the areas you want to cover versus everywhere, because that just doesn't make sense, because you put it everywhere it's just gonna be like too much. You want it to look like even skin tone, decent amount of coverage, good coverage, full coverage-ish, and it's waterproof, so I like that one a lot. Went a little bit heavy-handed, but that's okay. And then we're gonna go with our contour. I've been really digging this dual-ended brush from Bare Minerals that my friend gave me. I like the fluffy side for contouring really well, actually. So thanks, Allie, if you're watching. And I'm using this Estee Lauder 02 Medium Bronzer. So it's Bronze Goddess. I thought this would be a lot darker, but it's actually not. It's actually very wearable, and I'm really fair. So if you're darker than I am, you might want to go darker shade. This is a medium already. I'm assuming they have a darker one. Add a little bit of warmth back to my skin. So how's everyone liking that new Kardashian line? The KKW line? Or beauty line, I mean? I'm getting mixed reviews. I don't know. I haven't watched enough videos on the reviews of it yet. I wonder if it's good. I just personally feel like the nude, yes, I know that her and Kanye came out with the nude concept, but I just feel like it's a little cheapy looking. I don't know. And it's like $45, like 50 bucks. I mean, yeah, you get 3 things and so forth, but I feel like the packaging looks so cheap. They must be making a lot of money off of the packaging too. You know, like I feel like with that price, you could get way better stuff than that. It looks like it's really good, the product, but I just don't enjoy the packaging. Okay, so now I'm just buffing out everything with a foundation powder brush, so it's not so heavy. Highlight, I'll take this OFRA Everglow. This is the one that came out with Nikki Tutorials. I've been watching Nikki Tutorials since she was like really young, since her like first videos. And I remember it was so awkward watching her, but she's also so funny, so I just kept watching, and then I didn't know that she blew up so big. I'm so happy for her. Because back in the day, there was not many gurus, trust. There was not many beauty gurus at all. And the ones I enjoy watching are no longer doing much videos. I'm kind of sad because I loved watching them. Her skin looks flawless. Nikki Tutorials. I didn't realize she's so tall until her snaps recently this year. She didn't look that tall in her videos, like back then. She's hilarious. She reminded me of my friend. I told my friend too, I'm like, this girl, Nikki Tutorials remind me of you. She was like, really? I was like, yeah, it's her laugh, I think. It's so organic. It's so like real that you can't help but just love her. Alright, highlighted on. Now I'm just gonna fix the hair. I still gotta apply lashes, so I will be back with a finished look. And then with a lip too. What lip should we do? Let's do, what is Lumiere by Colourpop. Lippie stick. Lumiere. I still like these lippy sticks because they can still line your lips with the edge. And they're so inexpensive. That's why I love it. Spray your face? Yeah? Okay. So I'm gonna spray with the e.l.f. Makeup Mist and Sets. Shake it up real good. That one's for moisture. And then I like to lock it in with my e.l.f. Matte Magic, which is also another mist set. I just like the moisture first to give it more moisture after all that powdering, and then the matte to lock it in. So I'll be back, apply my lashes and my mascara. Alright guys, so this is the complete look. I changed into a sweater because it's freaking cold. This is with the lashes, and these lashes are just from eBay, to be honest, and I just customize it by cutting it and trimming it to how I like it. But yeah, so this is the complete look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and talk through. Thanks for tuning in and joining me. I will see you guys in my next one. Have a good one. Bye.